Hi, I'm Ashley Adams. In this video, we're taking a closer look at something every serious player should understand. You hear the phrase EV, but what exactly does it mean? EV stands for expected value. A plus EV play is one that makes you money in the long run. A negative EV play is one that loses you money in the long run. It can be applied to any situation in poker from pre-flop to the river. Whenever you are facing a decision, you should consider the EV of the move you are considering. Mathematically, you want to compare how much you will win when you win to how much you will lose when you lose. Here's an equation that does that for you. EV equals percentage won times money won minus percentage loss times money loss. Look at the percentage of the time you'll win and multiply it by the amount you will win when you win. Then subtract from that amount the percentage of the time you will lose by the amount you'll lose when you lose. Simple, no? Let's look at an example. It's the turn. You have Queen Jack of Hearts. The board is King of Spades, 8 of Hearts, 5 of Hearts, 2 of Clubs. Your opponent has been betting as if he has a pair of kings. The pot is $50. Your opponent bets $80, going all in the process. There is no more money in his stack. You ask yourself if you should call that $50 bet, assuming your opponent is ahead of you with a pair of kings. Is the call a plus EV action or a minus EV action? In poker, you are always looking for bets that will profit you in the long run. You can't predict luck. You can't know with certainty what cards will hit the board. So you can't know the short run, but you can know the plays that over the long run will win you money, and those are the ones with plus EV. In this example, you will be looking at how often your flush comes in to win, how much money it will win when it hits, and then compare that amount to the amount you will lose when you lose times the percentage of the time you will lose. Will the call of $80 win you money or lose you money in the long run? Looked at another way, will the call win you enough when you win to be worth the loss when you lose? Plug in the numbers and see. We know that the flush will hit 18% of the time and miss 82% of the time. Your drawing odds are immutable. They are always the same. Now look at how much you will win when you win and how much you will lose when you lose. You'll win $130, the pot of 50 and your opponent's bet of 80 when you win, and you'll lose $80 when you lose. So is the EV plus or minus? Do the simple math. 0.18 times $130 equals $23.40. 0.82 times $80 equals $65.60. Your EV is negative $42.20 to be exact. Just do the math. But now imagine a different situation. Imagine the same exact hand, but with a pot that is $200 before the all-in bet of $80. Not a $50 pot, but a $200 pot before the all-in bet of $80. Now, do the math. The percentage of winning is exactly the same. Drawing to a flush, you hit 18% of the time. 0.18. So you will still win 18% of the time in this example, but you will win a whole lot more money when you win. $280 instead of just $130. 0.18 times 280 equals $50.40. 0.82 times $80 equals $65.60. That's still a negative EV call, isn't it? Though you won't lose as much, but you will lose $15.20 for each time you call, on average, in the long run. So it also is a bad bet. Don't make it, don't call. Third example, imagine one final situation. The pot is $200, as in the last example, but your opponent bets $25. 0.18 times 225 equals $40.50. 0.82 times $25 is $20.50. This time, you call the relatively small bet of $25 with the relatively large pot of $225. It nets you a positive result. It's a plus EV of 20. You can calculate EV for many situations. Not all are as simple and clear as the example I just gave you. But complex or simple, every betting situation comes down to understanding whether your action is likely to make you money in the long run. And that calculation determines the expected value, or EV, of the play. A plus EV bet is going to be profitable in the long run and should be made. A negative EV situation will lose you money, and you shouldn't make it.